There was an old ghost gum tree at Barcaldine in the Queensland outback 100 years ago. It's been poisoned now, dead as a doornail. But history has it that under this tree, in 1891, the Australian Labor Party was born out of a meeting of striking shearers. Since 1893, Labor was already a force to be reckoned with in South Australia. It stood up for the weak, the oppressed, the men and women, but mainly men, who were the victims of squattocracy, the landed gentry and the aristocracy. Labor stood up for the workers against the bosses. For a century, Labor held the faith. Labor was the first party to turn to when things got tough, when the struggle became overwhelming. How does this translate to South Australia in the year 2010? Where does the Labor government now give strength to the weak? On Wednesday, Liberal disability spokesperson Stephen Wade promised some of what the disability sector has been demanding. The Labor Party has weakened protection for those injured and sometimes disabled at work. There was a time when Labor spoke up for the rights of the prisoners, Aborigines, the mentally ill and the criminally insane. Now Kevin Foley spends $445 million to duplicate an existing freeway and gives an ex gratia payment of $10 million to companies which tendered for a new jail, a tender which the government cancelled when it decided to spend the money on Lance Armstrong's appearance fee, among other things. The prisoners could be racked, stacked and packed, according to Treasurer Kevin Foley. South Australia has long looked almost exclusively to Labor to right these wrongs, and when in government, Liberal Party was no better and sometimes even worse. But in this election, there might be some shift to the long-standing perception that Labor is the best party to be trusted to be a friend in an otherwise friendless world.